Hey, welcome back to the Bass Garage. Today we're going to do a video on mounting or dismounting, mounting, and balancing tires. So let's get to it. All right, guys, let's get started here. First thing I'm going to do is take our valve stem cap off. Put that over here. Then we're going to take the valve stem out with a valve stem removal tool. I'll just do this here. Try to have it up here where you guys can see it a little better. All right, then what we're going to do is take this tire and wheel, put it down here to the bead breaker, and then break the bead, the tire off the wheel once this air deflates all the way. Might as well position that right off the edge of the wheel there. The other thing you want to remember is you don't want to break the bead where the valve stem is. You break the sensor. All right, we got one side broken loose. Now we're going to go here to the back side. All right, we got that done. Let's get you back up here. All right. So what we're going to do next, this compressor kicks off here in a second. I like to go ahead and I put some soap on the bead anyway for dismounting. It does make it a little bit easier. All right, so now we got the wheel clamped down. Let me spin it around here so we can get the valve stem past where we're going to be putting the arm. All right. We got the arm placed. We always want to make sure that the wheel or the duckbill here is against the wheel, and then just that there. A lot of these machines are different. This one's kind of a little bit better than basic, but it works. Then we're going to take this pry bar here, go up against the duckbill. I'm going to push down over here, and then we're going to bring, that's going to pry, it's going to pry the wheel, or the pry up over the wheel. It's going to pull the tire up over the duckbill. That's what that does. Okay. So now what we do is, since we got that up over there, we're going to spin the wheel, and it's going to dismount the tire, one side of the tire off the wheel, just like that. Then we go back down through here to the back side. I'm bringing you in here so you can see that. To the back side there. And we're going to do the same thing as we did on the outside. We're going to pull the tire up over onto the duckbill. And then we're going to turn it, and it's going to dismount the tire from the wheel. Just like that. All right. Now pull the duckbill and the arm off the wheel and remove the old tire. Now, one thing you always want to keep in mind is you want to check the side wall of the tire, make sure it's not a directional tire or has an inside or an outside. You know, again, I'm not a pro at this, but you know, this is what I've learned is you just want to make sure that you're putting the tire on right. Because the last thing you want to do is have to take it off again and redo everything. So here on this wheel, you know, it's kind of dirty and it's got some corrosion and stuff on it. So we're gonna clean it up a little bit. All right. I'll probably on this one too add some bead sealer to it. It's not going to hurt anything. So I'll unclamp this. All right. Now I can kind of hit the bottom too. Or actually the face of the wheel. I can see where somebody else had put bead sealer on here before. So I'm going to loosen the clamps a bit. We're going to turn it a bit. Back in. So we got to hit where we had the clamps clamped down. All right, so if you want it to go crazy, just need to clean up a little bit. Last thing I think I'm going to do too, while I got it this way, is I'm going to take off the old weights, the old sticky weights. Just a lot easier to do it now than later. I just take a flathead screwdriver. You know, now this is just on a regular wheel. Like if you were doing like a custom wheel or something, you're probably going to want to do a little bit different than this. All right. So we got those off. So now we're going to take and unclamp the wheel again. Put the clamp all the way in. And then we're going to bring them back out. Clamp it on there. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring the new tire in. So what we have here is the Cooper Endeavor Plus, these are really good tires. Again, you know, these aren't, you know, this isn't a sponsored video or anything. You know, these were actually bought for a customer. So then we take our soap and we go around the whole thing there on both sides. Put it up here, you can see a little bit better. So we want to go around both sides. You want to go here and on the inside. Okay. Now this tire, it doesn't really matter which side it's put on. So you want to kind of put the tire on like that. Put that up there like that. Now on this, going on is going to be a little bit different. So you're going to want the tire, underneath this part of the duckbill and on top of this. So something, it's kind of hard to see there, but something like that. Let's get you put back over here. All right, so then we push down on the wheel, spin it on around. All right, got the one side on. Now you might be able to see a little bit better now how I was talking about. How the tire's up here, and then this is going to get pushed underneath of here. Like that. And then at the same time, I do have an assist arm, but I don't really know that I'm going to need it on this tire. All right. Now the tire's mounted on the wheel. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and dry some of this soap off. We're going to do it unclamp it. And then we're going to do the same thing on the inside. We're going to dry that off. And then it'll stay there, probably won't. All right. Well, I don't think it wants to stay up there. Leave it that way. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the bead sealer and put it down on the bead. So that way when you inflate it up onto the bead back up onto the wheel, it'll help seal it up. So if there's any corrosion or imperfections or anything, you find out a lot with either old steel rims that are rusted or aluminum wheels get the moisture in between there and it corrodes. That's why a lot of times you'll have a tire that slowly goes down overnight or within a day or so. It's because it's corroded and it's not sealing right. Or it could be also the valve stem is corroded and it's not sealing right. So be like this. Go ahead and spin this around. Put some on this outside. And this doesn't really hurt anything. It's going to help, but it ain't going to hurt. Just try not to get it on the actual wheel, on the face of the wheel. And this wheel's pretty bad shape. Come off an old Toyota RAV4. We just got to do 2 of these today. All right, let's see if we can get this to air up here. All right, guys, I'm back. I didn't really have luck trying to get the bead to seat with these tires. I got this other thing. It's called a bead blaster. Different name brands. People call them cheetahs because they have a cheetah brand. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this here. You fill her up. Pops it up on there. And then you continue to fill it up with air so the rest of the bead pops on. And then basically get this, inflate a little bit more, and then put your valve stem in and tighten it down, and then air it up to where you need it to be. Which most cars are 35 psi, but some people run 38, some run 32. Really 32 should be the number, but I always run 35. Yeah, so we got 28 pounds in there already. Let me see where we're at. 34.9. I'm doing these to 35. I have 37. Some people use different gauges. I like these digital gauges. A little bit more precise, as long as it's a good one and it's an accurate gauge. All right. So then we put our valve stem on. I'm always one person about putting the valve stem on before you balance them, because that does add extra weight. And yeah. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock the clamp. Now I like to spray some soapy water around the wheel and tire, especially on a rim like this. I did put the bead sealer on there, but it's just a little thing I like to practice. Yeah, so far looking good on that side. Oh, I thought I had it unclamped. All right. So yeah, I just check it, see if anything's going to set up or have any bubbles or what have you. And this one's looking pretty good. So we'll go ahead and get that off the machine. And then we'll be right back with the balancing. All right, guys, so I got the tire and wheel on the balancer here. Usually first thing you're going to do is you're going to check the width of the wheel, so you can program that in, which I already did. You're also going to check the distance on the back side. Did that. Also, you'll put in what diameter the wheel is, 15, 16, 17, 20. I think we can go up to like 24s on this setup. Not fun to do, but we can do them. So basically at that point, just make sure it's tightened down, and then we spin it, see what we got. So we need 2.5 and 2.5. So I'll kind of show you what that looks like. It's a little bit of weight, but these wheels aren't really the best either. So we can start on the outside, get that where all those lines there on the right are all lit up. That means we're right where we need to put the weight. All right. So I'm going to, on this machine, the weights go about 12 o'clock on the top side. Some machines have lasers, they go on the bottom. This one is on the 12 o'clock side. So it's kind of where the old one was at. So I'm going to have to clean that off. So on this wheel, you know, it's pretty nasty and rusty and everything else on the inside. Plus we have the old adhesive and the old sticky weights. I want to make sure I get all that cleaned off real good. So the new weights will stick on there, right? All right, so now we need to get so the ones I have here, these are all in 1/2 ounce increments. So we just need 5 of them. And then I always just try to go in the center of it. What I do is take a marker and get about where the center of it is. And that mark is where it's going to be my 12 o'clock, right in the center of my 12 o'clock position on the inside of this wheel, on the top. All right, got those put in place. Now we're going to spin the wheel till we get the inside lit up. This is what we look like here. That way we know, and you got to pay attention to that when you're doing it so it doesn't move. So if it moves, then you're going to be out of balance. Marker, about center. Now, bring that down, clean that off real good. Let me just double check that because take some thinner here, wipe it down real good. It's nice and clean. So we're at the lit up, fully lit up area. That means we're right at 12 o'clock position. All right, we're gonna spin it again and check and see if we're good. Yeah, I think this wheel has a little bit of a bend in it. And I'll show you we're at all zero, so we're all balanced. So pretty much that's pretty much it. You know, there's different bouncers, different tire machines, a lot of different stuff out there. It all depends on what you got, what kind of machine you got. Everything's a little different. I got automatic machines now. Like I said, it's a little bit better than basic, but it does have assist for like lower profile tires or run flat tires. But yeah, if you like this video or if you have any questions about what I did or think I did it wrong. Again, I'm not a professional, as in professional tire guy. I don't, I do tires, but I don't do them all day, every day. That's all I do. So I know there's different road force balancing machines when you get to bigger off-road tires, stuff like that. But this is what works for me, and this is how I do it. But yeah, please, if you like this, please like the video, thumbs up, like and subscribe, and like I said again, comment. But we appreciate each and every one of you subscribers and everybody who watches the videos. Without you, we wouldn't be able to do this. So until next time, keep your hands dirty.